Good morning students. In this video we will discuss about the Children of India by Ruskin Bond. This is your first chapter. So here is a picture, and this picture is the comparison between a schooling of a rural area and a schooling of urban area. In the first picture we can see the rural area children, and on the other side there is a private bus, or you can say a bus of a private school. So there is a difference of getting to the school by bus or by just walking, or you can say some students have to walk, some students have to climb, some students have to swim. So students, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the obstacles, or you can say the hurdles that the students of rural areas face while going to school. So students, this is a chapter of the school going boys and girls who are from the surrounding villages and outskirts of the hill stations. There is no school bus, they have to walk for a very long distance. The boy that is on the top, you can see his name is Ranbir, and he has to climb the mountain from his village 4 mile distance, and 4,000 feet below the town level. He comes in all weathers wearing the cheap shoes, and he belongs to a very poor family. Ranbir is very cheerful soul, and he bring cucumbers for the author from his father's field, and the author pay him for those cucumbers. He uses that money for buying books and the small things that he needed at home. Many of the children like Ranbir are very poor, and slightly but better than their parents were at the same age. They cannot afford to go to that private schools. They have to go to the government aided schools with the just only basic facilities, and not many of their parents manage to go to their schools. They have to work in fields to deliver milk in the hill station, and some are lucky that have got into the army. Perhaps Ranbir was something different when he grows up. The author feels like that. He is very curious kind of child. He used to ask many questions, and sometimes he questions like that how far can a plane go, and the author says that all around the world, and thousand of miles in a day you can go almost anywhere. And at that answer he said, I'll go around the world one day, and he was an I'll buy a plane and go everywhere. This chapter also deals with the situation of the girls with regard to education. So the picture that you are seeing is a picture of Bindra, who is an extrovert kind of a girl, and she is 14 years old, who chatters away as he hurries down the road with her companions. Her father is a forest guard, and the author knows him quite well. So Bindra is the girl that author used to see every day. When she did not put into appearance for a week, he asked her brother a question: "What's wrong with Bindra? Why he isn't coming or going to school?" And in a reply, her brother said she is helping her mother cutting grass. Soon the monsoon will end and the grass will dry up. So she and her mother is cutting it now, and wanted to get store it for the cows in winter. After getting reply from her brother, author feel very sorry for Bindra, because she is a girl and she has to do that household. On the other side, her brother is going to school. Bindra's brother can also go for playing cricket, but she was not allowed to go anywhere and had to do the households. Soon the winter approaches and the days grow shorter. The children who live far away must quicken their pace in order to get home before dark. Ranbir and his friends find that darkness has fallen before they are halfway home. So there is a one day, and it is the time of the 6th. And as I have told you that in winters the days are very shorter, it is getting very dark. So Ranbir and his friends are feeling very afraid of that darkness. There are silent flying of bats, flying foxes, and a eerie hoot of an owl. And it is looking like a very scary scene that they are confronting at that moment. So they just want to frighten away that fear. So for that they started singing like loud singing of the songs. And one of them plays a flute. Flute music in the mountain is always enchanting. So there are many difficult circumstances for the children of India in which they are coming to schools. Here you can see the picture of the storms of the Rajasthan. Such weathers are very common in those regions, and students have to come in these kind of conditions. Here is another picture, and it is a picture of Ladakh in which you can see there is a snow over the roads. And the condition is not good in which they are coming. They have to climb through the mountains, then they have to walk through the roads. And this is the picture that can give you an idea of the thing, that how the students, or you can say children of the remote area, are facing problems while coming to schools. As you can see it in the picture, they are just putting their bags on head, and holding their hands together, and are trying to cross through that river. So whenever you go into India, you can see the children's helping out with their family sources of livelihood, like drying of the fish on the Malabar coast, gathering saffron birds in Kashmir, or grazing camel cattle in the village of Rajasthan or Gujarat. Only the more fortunate can afford to send their children to English medium or private schools. Those children really are fortunate, for some of these institutions are excellent, as good as or you can say better than the counterparts in Britain or in USA. Now the scenario is changing somewhere, like the cities like Ajmer, Bangalore, New Delhi, Chandigarh, Kanpur, Kolkata. Here are the schools that are of very high standards. Majority of the schools are run by the state or by the municipalities. They are vary from good to bad or to the ugly, depending on how they are running the schools. Classrooms without window, with the roof that lets in the monsoon rain, is not uncommon. So children are from the different communities have to learn and grow together. The census tells us that 2 in every 5 of the population is in the age group of 5 to 15. Almost half of our population is on the way to school. And here the author stands at the window watching some of them passing by, boys and girls, big and small. Some are untidy, some are smart, some are mischievous, some serious, but all going somewhere hopefully towards a better future. So students, this is the chapter in which we have discussed about the difficulties and obstacles that the rural children of India are facing while going to school.